Well, another cause for concern are also the low water levels. Over in Angat Dam, water levels decreased to just a little over 190 meters yesterday due to the impact of the El Niño phenomenon and the dry season. The figure was 12.97 below Angat's normal high water level of 212 meters, though that's still above its minimum operating level. Over in Cebu City, dozens of mountain villages have been placed under a state of calamity due to El Niño. Data from the City Agriculture Department shows that 50% of production areas in upland barangays of Cebu City have soil cracks due to a lack of water. This has reportedly affected 506 farmers and 115 hectares of agricultural production areas. Let's try to get updates from the ground. Joining us from Cebu City, we have Mayor Michael Rama with us live via Zoom. Good evening, Mayor. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Good evening, Sean, Richin, and Regina.
Good evening,
Magandang
Mayor.
gabi bayan.
Mayong gabi,
Mayor, can you give us a picture of what the situation is like in Cebu City as well as the mountain villages amidst the dry season and El Nino?
As being reported and brought as a concern that there really is a need that I should be declaring crisis, especially on water availability. This is coupled also of the fact that until now, when we talk about our water district, is also facing an impasse. Thank God that LUWA, the local water utilities, are now present in the city of Cebu to get into this matter of this local water district. Now, with this real concern as presented, it's not that it's the only time we learn about this, but year back, especially month of March, we were already seeing that a possibility of this, shall we say, an alarming state. Now, plus the fact that you can see on your picture that soil are cracking, and really some barangays is running out of water. And that's precisely the reason why we need to have a convergence being done on account of my declaration of crisis on water in the city of Cebu, not only upland but likewise lowland, Tres Marias.
Mayor,
Yes, sir, ma'am.
before we go into the future planning, what you plan to do with the calamity funds to address the water shortage, can we backtrack a bit to that impasse you mentioned with the LUWA, the local water utility? Ano po yung impasse yun, and how did that prevent Cebu from being able to plan for this El Nino, this dry season, which, to be fair, the government has warned us about. Pag-asa has been warning us about this.
You are very right. You're very right. And what is incumbent right now, I don't want even to add up because LUWA is now taking charge of what's going on in the Metro District management. And that matter about water was also a part of the reason why such a situation has to be faced upon by the city government. And we really did our part bringing the matter to LUWA, and even I have made my own set of new boards of the district. And this new board is coming out with a concern because that we cannot
Mayor Rama?
assume the responsibility. Yung problema ngayon, as it is being highlighted, ay nagiging aggravated din because as mayor, I wish I could come in and fully exercise with my new board.
Okay, so your plan now, the LGU plans to allocate up to 96 million pesos out of your 600 million peso quarterly funds to address this water crisis by El Nino. Can you tell us where this money is going to go, how you're going to dispatch this with the utmost haste in order to help your
I have
constituents?
here with me, but I do not want to be doing a litany because we have a short term, medium term, and long term. When you talk about a long term, this already had started even last year.
Let's talk about the
Uh,
short term since it's an emergency situation, Mayor.
and you're talking about the short term, definitely it will include the information, education, communication. Number two, the short term is really the purchase of all these, what we call equipment or gadget that can easily would also be converting what through osmosis that we can have a potable and even drinkable water. Then another thing would be immediate um, supplies, especially fertilizers, etc., etc. There is an enumeration here, but as I said, we have this program, projects, and activities that definitely by tomorrow there's going to be an executive session. I will be attending so that my city agriculture, including our quick response team, plus our DBMF, because this will also include animals and etc. So there are just too many things to be coming in, especially the concern of our farmers, because definitely fertilizers, you can see all those things that are available. We have been distributing all of this as early as yesterday. Oh, yes, not yesterday, last year pa. Pero this whole thing of El Nino is being now forecasted that it can even last up to June or July. So we cannot just take matter for granted, but really to face the whole thing with much vigor and with much political will. So we are now going into this coming out out of our 600 million, that less than 8 or 90 million plus that we would like the council to approve.
And actually, it's been reported, Mayor, that we are expecting impact on at least 500 farmers and 116 hectares of farmlands. Is that accurate? And if so, what kind of an impact should we brace for in terms of short-term food output?
Yeah, we also have included here actually on matters about food security. Monitor and control the spread of vector-borne diseases, that's livestock disease. Then there is also provision of farm supply materials, which we already have practically started last October 23 up to May. But if you're talking about May, we may have to extend it
Okay.
because that is now the forecast. We want Inca water drum tanks, October last year pa to hanggang May ang program namin. Pero kailangan to ng logistical support. It's millions at nalagay dito. Saka, you're talking about power sprayer, provision of farm supply materials, million rin ito. So actually, we are not short of our program, project, and activities, but we need to have it supported by logistical requirement that we have money for this.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
that
No,
we need to
Mayor-
have the
Mayor.
council to approve it.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that there's plans. I understand there's funding allocated
Yes.
for it already. But what I'm interested in is yung impacts of food production, especially if we're talking
Yes.
about 110 hectares of farmlands that might be affected.
Oo nga,
So,
may-
anong klaseng impact po are we expecting from that if there's no water there?
Ano po yung mga produkto na
You're
apektado?
talking about assuming because this will include now on social services. It is as if we're being hit by any typhoon or calamity for that matter, that we have been into this before, like Odette, like COVID, like we were looking at the point of how we respond all of this, and we have been doing very well, and we can do it. Actually, we've been very effective. Even until now, we're already free, and we're much up in our economy. But this is the thing that we have to be facing, and we've got to face this whole thing with boldness. That's why you have to declare crisis so that we can make purchases, respond as quick as possible without much red tape, without much hierarchy of requiring all this as COA would want us to do. But definitely we must be working it out to make this whole thing addressed as quick as possible.